Okay, so today I'm going to be talking about the 5 mistakes that guitarists make. These are mistakes, but they're also things that kind of annoy me quite a lot. And because I've done them, and I'll probably continue to do them, I feel that gives me the right to kind of talk about them. So today I'm not going to be talking about mistakes relating to putting your finger in the wrong position or putting your guitar strap on the wrong way or anything like that. I'm going to actually be talking about mistakes we make in the way that we think. Mistakes that we make in the way we think about practicing, listening to other people, goals that we set ourselves. So it's a little bit more kind of hopefully interesting than just kind of playing the D major chord wrong. Okay, so mistake number 1 is thinking that buying more gear will make you a better player. By gear, I mean equipment, so that's guitars, pedals, amps, anything relating to that. This really comes from people saying things like, oh, I was watching that great video of Eric Clapton or Hendrix or Derek Trucks and I really want to sound like them, so I'm going to go out and buy their guitar and I'm going to get the exact same pickup configuration and then I'll sound like them. And it's at that point I just kind of go, oh, what? It's just rubbish. It's just not going to make any difference. All right, no offense, but the only thing that will make a difference is you actually learning to play and spending time with the instrument. No amount of money will make any difference to your playing whatsoever. It will make you sound different. There's a big distinction between different and better. Different doesn't necessarily mean better. So just, if I can urge anybody to do anything, whether you're starting out or you've been playing for years, I'm only saying this because I've done it, spend less time buying equipment and on the internet and spend more time practicing. Mistake number 2 is thinking that there is a shortcut for everything. What I'm getting at here are the kind of internet sponsored courses about, you know, master the fretboard in 30 days and, you know, become a guitar god in a couple of weeks or whatever. And look, I'm paraphrasing, I don't know exactly where these exist, but I've seen them. And if you want worthwhile results, you've got to put in worthwhile effort. And basically what I'm getting at is there are no shortcuts. If you learn to play guitar with your feet, that's going to be a lot harder. But other than that, you need to just really focus on the fact that there are no real shortcuts. And the problem also is that all of the things that save you time in the long term are a lot harder in the short term. Anybody that tells you that you are going to become a guitar kind of god and you're going to master everything with 10 minutes practice a day over the course of a month, they're just lying. It's just not going to happen. You have to put loads of work in. You have to practice and practice and practice. So stop thinking that there are shortcuts because there aren't any. Remember that worthwhile results, as in what you're looking for, whatever that might be and whatever your goal is going to take a lot of effort. Mistake number 3 is not being able to practice effectively. And what I mean by that is actually just making the most of the time that you have to practice, whether that's 10 minutes a day or kind of 8 hours. All of us waste a lot of time with our practicing. And if you think about actually what you're doing when you practice guitar, are you actually just playing all the time, which is just like playing your favourite tunes, or are you actually working on the things that you can't do? You should be working on the things that you can't do. The issue that we have really is that doing that is quite dull and actually playing and having fun is way more interesting. But trying to think about things that you really just can't do, we all just sit there and noodle, which is fine, but don't think of that as practice. There's some great books about effective practice. Bounce by Matthew Syed, I think it is, and The Talent Code by Daniel Coyle. I'll link to them in the note thing down there. Really just a whole new perspective and just trying to stop you wasting time practicing the wrong way. Number 4 is not learning how to play in time. And this comes from people who've spent a lot of time playing perhaps on their own when they're learning, and I certainly did that. And then when you come to learn to play with other people and or try to record your guitar, you learn that you cannot play in time. This is a massive mistake because the only way that you're going to be able to progress is to be able to play in time because other people don't want to play with someone that can't play in time. 2 things really you should be doing is using a metronome. Completely ignore people that tell you that metronomes steal the soul of your playing or whatever. It's just rubbish. Second thing is record your playing along with like a metronome or a drum track and really listen to how in time your playing actually is and how consistent it is. Nobody really wants to work with a guitar player who cannot play in time, no matter how great your solos are and how much you can melt everybody's faces. It's more important that you actually learn to play basic chords in time. Number 5 is worrying about what everybody else is doing. This has particularly been endorsed by the internet because on the internet we have just about everybody is posting videos of them playing amazing stuff, and we spend all day looking at that and worrying about what everybody else is doing. This isn't good for us because it makes us feel bad about our own playing. It makes us think that we're inferior because this other person is doing whatever. Now, there's a few things you have to remember. Firstly, everybody learns in a different way. You may be working on your time and your chord playing and your rhythm playing, and then you go watch somebody on YouTube who's like absolutely tearing up the blues scale, and you feel awful about your playing. It just feels terrible. There's no point. Don't compare yourself to them. Watch it, enjoy it, watch and go, oh, that's really cool. Like, I really look forward to being able to work on that. That guy or girl's doing an awesome thing, and good for them. That's the way you need to think about it. If you think about it any other way, it's going to make you feel bad. You're going to watch more videos, it's going to make you feel worse. You're then going to stop practicing, and it's just going to mess the whole thing up. So stop making that mistake. Stop worrying about what everybody else is doing. The other thing is also, with the internet, you see what everybody else is doing. So, oh, look, so-and-so's got a great gig, or they're doing this and that, and they're playing with that person. It's not important. It's not relevant to you. It's just something nice that they're doing and good for them. And that's the only way to look at it. Otherwise, you're going to just end up being down about your playing and not feel great about it. And that's not really why you get into playing music. So those are the 5 mistakes that I think guitarists regularly make. If you've got any more, please let me know. If you disagree entirely with some or all of my points, also let me know of that. I hope you really enjoyed it. Please subscribe, let me know what you think, and I look forward to seeing you soon.